y'all, Farmer Dre back at us. Another beautiful day here on the farm. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button. Go and smash that like button. Guys, know today's video. Don't forget, hit that notification icon so you guys can be notified whenever I do upload a video. So the high tunnel strawberries are officially in bloom. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of the plants here, some of the different varieties. But real quick, I want to go ahead and show you guys. I went ahead and put in a 2-inch header line in here just because out of that 1 inch or 3/4 inch, what's it called, the plastic tubing, I got some out here. So I was using this 3/4 inch plastic tubing before, and it worked pretty good. It works pretty good for tomatoes, but in the tomato house I have 7 lines. In here I have 10, 2 per row, and I wasn't getting the pressure I liked out of the header line that this one had. So now I went ahead and went up to a 2-inch lay flat blue pipe there that we have out for the field strawberries. I know for a tunnel this small it's kind of overkill, but I mean this thing's pretty solid. It's sending a lot of pressure down to the ends there, and the reason I did that, like I said, to have pressure. But this time of year it's very critical to go ahead and start fertilizing and getting your irrigation started, just because I mean the flowers are blooming, the plants are coming back to life. The plants are blooming, not the flowers. Of course flowers bloom, duh. Anyways, you guys get the point. The plants are putting it in gear, and it is time for us to go ahead and get started. So I just got this put a valve there on the end with a hose clamp there. They make special connections and whatnot, but come on, who needs those? So I just got a 2-inch ball valve there, put on the end, so if I ever need to flush it, do that. So yeah, 2-inch line in here, and I went ahead and fertilized these for the first time this spring. Went ahead and put on 3 pounds of calcium nitrate, and I mixed it in with some a little bit of triple 20 just to get some P and K to the plants. But the reason I put 3 pounds of calcium nitrate, because I mean calcium nitrate is 15.500, and if you do the poundage there with the math, so I actually only put on in here 0.2 of a pound of actual nitrogen. So it's 0.2 of a pound, just because a high tunnel is a 1/15 of an acre. We put on 7 pounds per acre per week, so I put 0.2 of a pound, and that calculates out to 3 pounds of calcium nitrate. So I went ahead and did that, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the manifold I made here. DIY Farmer Dre version of a manifold here. So this is the I just came up with it. I'm gonna do this in every single tunnel, so we get have a fertilizer injector in every single high tunnel. But moving the either with these the flow through or the dosatrons, these are a whole lot cheaper to buy than the dosatrons. Dosatrons work really good as well, but whatever floats your boat. But all I did, I got the timer here with the irrigation, boom, through there, and this thing just adjustable. I can take it off, and whenever I am not fertilizing, I mean the hose just goes through there. And then just because I rigged this thing up here, have to have a hose going up there. So then whenever I do want to fertilize, I just go ahead and turn off this valve here, and you can see there that fertilizer injector is coming up. And then you can adjust how much fertilizer by opening the valve up a little bit. I still need to mount this to the wall 100%. So if you only want a little bit of fertilizer, just put a half turn the ball valve that way, and then whenever you don't want, just turn these off completely, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that in all the tunnels, just because it makes it so much more convenient. I don't have to take on and off hoses whenever I do maneuver stuff around. And this one's gonna stay in this tunnel, and every tunnel is gonna have its own. And then for the dosatrons, how you do with that is on this side of the ball valve, you just put a hose connector, then you have a hose going to the dosatron, and then the return hose goes through there, and it turns off the valve as well. So this is how we are irrigating. And I let it run this 5-gallon bucket with the fertilizer there, and I have half full of water. I just dilute it and then put it through the irrigation system, and then now it's just finishing up. I got another 30 minutes for the water to go through there. So whenever I am irrigating, especially this time of year, especially here in the high tunnel, because it is my first time actually running the water, I let it run for a really long time just to go ahead and get the entire bed moist. And I might have to do it for a little longer, just because it's been such a long time since these plants have seen a really good drink of water. And technically this should have been done back in the mid-February, because we are in a high tunnel, but it got down to -15, whatever it got down to in here in the high tunnel. I don't want any pipes to bust or anything like that. So yeah, so that is my 2 cents version of a irrigation setup here in the high tunnel. And there's many different ways you can do that. It's not, this is just the way we are doing it here on our farm. But like I said, I went to that 2-inch pipe just because the pressure amount at the back of the tunnel here, since I'm already here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. But until I walk down there, it's been really windy down here lately in Missouri. I don't know what's going on exactly with the whole weather thing, but it's been, you know, next week they're calling for, or it's actually tonight they're calling for 30-mile-an-hour winds. So this is it right here, end of the lines, and look how much pressure it's at the end of the lines here. I went ahead and put a valve on these because since we are going to grow 2 crops out of this tunnel, once these strawberries are done planting tomatoes, I want to go ahead and flush the lines here. So that's how the lines are looking. So a lot of pressure here at the end of the road. Like I said, there's 10 lines of irrigation. So if each line there, you know, has enough pressure and water releases, then these plants will be happy. And like I keep mentioning, I got to come through here and kill off these weeds in between the row here. But here are the chandlers. The chandlers are blooming here. So those are the chandlers coming out. The ones out of the field are barely now coming, are starting to come out of dormancy. We uncovered them. So a lot of the chandlers are flowering here. And then of course the Monterey's, which are a day neutral variety, are flowering as well. So you know, plants are looking good, nice and clean. So 30 days from now, we're gonna go ahead and see strawberries. So like I said, the 1st or 2nd week of April, we're gonna go ahead and start seeing quite a bit of strawberries out here. These day neutral varieties are a lot earlier than the June bearing, but you know, as you can tell, the June bearings have a lot of flowers on them as well. So whenever the crew came out here and defoliated these plants, I say defoliate all these frozen leaves and anything that was dried up, they went ahead and took them off, and that really made the plants look like they're kind of bare. But you know, a nice clean plant in here is really worth the while, just because we are in a high tunnel, most precious property here on the farm. And if we don't try to get 100% yield out of these, then what's the point of even trying to grow anything in high tunnels here? But like I said, these Monterey's are flowering pretty healthy here. So 30 days, we will have strawberries in 30 days. So look at all these popcorn buds down in there coming out. So yeah, so this right here is a dead strawberry, and these were flowering, starting to flower a little bit before the cold snap came through. And whenever the crew came out here, at first I was going to tell them to take off the flowers, but then I I told myself I better not risk a good flower to get ripped off. So I just told them to leave them on here. And some of these could have been on here from fall. So you know, but now these will just kind of decompose and die off. But these new flowers coming in will be are coming nice and healthy and vigorously. So look at this plant, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers off this one plant. There'll be a lot more to come whenever it starts warming up and they start getting the fertilizer in the water. So now let's look at these Roccos here. So these are the Roccos, which are new North Carolina state release. Like I said, more flowers on these. They say these are 15 days earlier than Chandler, and that's out in the field. And I can show you guys the field ones, but in the high tunnel I'll see when these start ripening. But look how many buds there are. So here in a couple days, these are all be coming out and blooming like crazy. I haven't really looked at the Chandlers to see exactly how many flower buds there are, but these Roccos, they say they have an excellent flavor. I've never actually first year ever growing these Chandlers, but look at these. This is where the split happens. Right here we have the Roccos, right here we have the Chandlers, side by side, same row, same irrigation. And I'm thinking that these Roccos here don't need as much nitrogen in the fall compared to these. I'm sorry, I have a bad issue. Whenever I see weeds next to berries, I pull them off. Anyways, these are the Chandlers. So the Chandler already has a few open flowers there. They have a bunch of popping buds there. And same thing with these Roccos. This Rocco doesn't have any flowers open yet, but there's a lot of buds coming out there. So we will see the side-by-side difference out here in the high tunnel. And then like I said, the ones out in the field, there was a clear difference. That, I mean, the Roccos are a lot earlier, but in a high tunnel, the main difference is it's covered, and all the plants will probably be coming on the same time. So I mean, that's the beauty of agriculture, is you got to try something out and see how it works out, and then just keep on progressing. But anyways, got that whole irrigation system set up now. And now throughout the entire season, even through with the tomatoes, we should see a pretty healthy irrigation system. And I'm gonna leave that manifold. I'm gonna get some pipe straps there and put that to the wall there, and that's it. And the reason I put this timer, because once it turns off, then the hydrant stays on at all times. I don't have to come out here again and turn it on and off whenever it needs to be on and off, because once it's turned on, I get to work and I completely forget exactly what's going on. So that is the entire irrigation setup. I know a few people have asked me to make a video on this, so yep, this is it. So yeah, I went ahead and went to that bigger pipe there just because it gets more pressure down the irrigation line. And if you change out that pipe every year, that 1-inch pipe, it should be, I mean, I didn't have any problems with it last year, but I tried using the same one in here and it didn't really work out too well, so I went ahead and upgraded it. But if you guys have any other questions about how irrigation or the drip system works here in the high tunnels, or if you guys want to make me a complete video, or you want me to make a complete video with the ones out in the field, we have pretty much a very similar system to this manifold system out there that we are going to go ahead and complete out there. But that's it. Got a hydrant, got the manifold there, the hoses coming through, irrigating the strawberries, and make sure they have all the nutrients, all the water, and of course in here all the sunlight, and that's all plants need. So this is going to be pretty much it for today. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, hit that notification icon so you guys can be notified whenever I do upload a video. I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. You guys have a good day, and we will see you next time.